Okay, it is 9:53 a.m. and let's go over SYXX. It actually just broke this trend line. Let's see if it's gonna just be a little blip under it or if it's gonna actually downtrend and break below this trend line officially. This one is very hard to trade. It's super choppy, not the best price action, but in theory you can get an idea of what it's doing. I was interested in it and I was watching it in the morning because it had like a gap down from the other day. The other day it closed at 79 and then today we opened here at 65, so it was clearly having a bit of a gap down. And I was looking for maybe a gap down morning panic bounce play and be a part of that, but it decided to just trade back and forth. So it was trying to break out of this range, and it did eventually break the 68 level. I was watching it. I don't think I have any verified canceled orders yet. This thing was just very sketchy the way this one trades, and it eventually did break the 68 level. And then I was watching it to see how it would try to do if it could break this 7 cent level. And it did eventually break it, and I was a part of it. A little nerve-wracking because you kind of have to be in a little early because it could just immediately jump and then move a lot. And at that point, you're going to be chasing if you try to get in. But I wasn't at 944. That was right here, right before it looked like it was going to get to the sevens. And I bought 2,000 shares at 696, so that was right here when I got in, and it did do the move, but I don't like how it didn't break 7 cents. It just lifted up the bid in the ask, and then it was just sitting up here, and nobody was like really trading it. It was just sitting there, and that just felt a little too nerve-wracking. So I actually did get out of this quickly the next minute, and I got out at 723. Right here around 723 in this candle. And what I would have liked to have done is that I could have just sold half of my position, and then if it were to have broken this 7 cent level, at that point I would cut it and sell the other half, and that would probably be for a slight loss, but then I would have at least given it a chance for it to uptrend much more and sell into ideally something higher if it was going to do something like that. And I probably would have felt a little bit better with my trading, but I think this is still a step in the right direction. And I have more experience trading morning panic bounce play setups. This is still something I'm trying to get better at, but plenty of experience here and lessons learned. At this point, I would have cut the trade, even if it didn't break this 7 cent level, because it broke under this trend line that it was following pretty well for most of the morning. So I would probably be out of it, if not trying to get out of it right now. And this thing can obviously try to regain itself and try to break this 73 level and maybe continue to do another leg up, but I would just get out because it broke this trend line and lower my risk overall. I was also interested at DPLS. This one did a morning panic bounce play, but this one had like a quick spike towards VWAP, so I wasn't able to be a part of it, and I didn't give it any money for that reason. And WBO is trying to break this level, kind of similar to SYXX, but this one is worse because it has like a lot of sellers at the ask, and that's not really the case with SYXX. I'll make an update later. Again, I would have liked selling half of my position, and even though I would have sold that other half for less, I would have, I would have given it more exposure, but I don't know, this one just trades all weird. I'll make an update later. Okay, it is 10:29 a.m. and SYXS has been fading a little bit, but overall it's been consolidating. It didn't try to get above this level except for this part right here, and that wasn't really that strong, it seems like, so it's just sitting there. And nothing really with DPLS. NWBO did break the 72 level. I actually did try to get in, but I was not filled, unfortunately. At 1027, I tried to get in right here at 72, and I just didn't get filled. So, let's see what this one can do over a long period of time to see if the setup works out or not. Maybe I'll just pretend I'm mentally in it and see how it will go from there, and I will make an update later. Okay, it is 12:18 p.m. and I'm here to call it off. Overall, I'm up just a little, $5.48, trading SYXX for that high a day morning breakout over that nice and round number, 7 cents. it did work out. It could have been much better. I could have tried to be more patient and sell half of my position and then sell the other half. But essentially, just to go over it, I was in it right here at 944, 696 right before the breakout. And then I sold immediately because I didn't like how it just sat there. And I sold pretty high at 723, but I would have liked it if I were to have stuck to that trend line and then I would have sold the other half. It would have been for less, but it would have given me practice holding setups for a longer period of time. And it did make that move to 74, so it wasn't that bad. And I do regret this. I was watching this price action, seeing if it could try to ultimately turn around. And I think in the future I can be able to be a part of it because this one did play out where it had this dip under VWAP. It started the downtrend, but then it started to catch itself and consolidate an uptrend. And it eventually made a move above VWAP, which was pretty nice. That was really it. DPLS was a morning panic bounce play, but I wasn't able to be a part of it. It was kind of off the way it traded. And nothing really with NWBO. I did try that verified cancel order at that 72 level at 1027. And it did uptrend. Right here, I did miss it. It did get a little higher. The 74 was, I guess, the very top of it. So it wasn't really that much of a move towards the upside. And I mean, it doesn't have to do it, but I would like to see a reversal day set up at some point. This was a pretty impressive one, and I kind of regret not being a part of it, but not too much because this is kind of hard to trade, especially because of how little volume it has at times. That's really about it. It's just some good practice, and I just had to keep trying. And at least, even though I didn't trade it, I could have been a part of this, and I was watching it. And I think I'll just be that much more ready to consider a setup like that where it dips under VWAP over a longer period of time, tries to catch itself, and then get to it and even above it. So that was pretty nice, and I can hope that I can be a part of that with more practice. That's all for today.